continue our discussion on how do we define a structure and the various concepts associated with it. I am defining a structure called as employee to hold information about an employee containing the following fields. These individual fellows are called as fields or members of a structure. This particular name of this particular structure is employee. There are four members. The data types are integer, character, and float. These are the three different data types. Now, assuming int occupies 4 bytes, okay, int occupies 4 bytes and character occupies 1 byte, okay, this character occupies 1 byte and salary occupies 4 bytes. Let's try to calculate the space. This is 4, this is 4, 8, okay, 8 and 10, 18. 18 plus 15 is 33 bytes. So the total memory requirement of this particular thing is 33 byte long. But in reality, it may not use 33, it may use a little more than 33. It generally tries to give it an even number. It could be something like 40 bytes or it could be 38 bytes, something like that. It could be 40, a multiple of 8. Generally, it tries to keep the structure as a multiple of 8 bytes so that it can read the structure much faster in most of the hardware and operating systems. So what happens is, although the calculation is showing 33 bytes, when you try to do size of this particular structure variable, it may show more than 33 bytes due to padding by the compiler so that it can read the structure data much faster. Now, this is the memory representation of the structure which is shown below. So if you see here, ID number 4 bytes, name 15 into 1 bytes, 15 bytes, designation 10 into 1, 10 bytes, salary is 4 bytes. So this is how your structure is going to look in memory, although there will be a certain padding of maybe 3 or 4 bytes so that it can read it faster. Now let us see how we can create or define a structure type of a variable. Suppose we want to declare a structure type of a variable. Take a look at this structure definition, structure student with all these members or fields. If I want to create a variable of this particular type, I can say student, old student and new student. So here old student and new student are two variables created by me which have these particular fields or these particular members where I can store information. So in one structure old student I can store all of these four. In the second structure new student I can store all of these four. So if you want to look at the generic way of declaring a structure variable, you will say structure name. In this case, what was the structure name? Student. And these are all the names of the variables or identifiers. So this is how you go about declaring a structure variable. First you need to define the structure, then you need to use the keyword, then you need to not use the keyword, sorry, then you need to use this particular name and then create variables old student and new student. So these are two variables which are created of student data type.